National Conference convened by my close friends in partnership with Rivers State government. Academic conferences are important avenues for exchanging ideas and commitments for social development. This is precisely the purpose of this two-day conference with the theme Deepening Democratic Culture and Institutions for Sustainable Development and Security in Nigeria. The 2023 general elections are barely 1 month from today. This election is another opportunity for Nigerians to elect a new president of the Federation and governors in 30 of the 36 federating states. The success or failure of these elections would have substantial implications for the country. Success will add value by consolidating and strengthening the roots of our democracy. A failure may increase political polarization, exacerbate our social fault lines, and set our democracy backwards. As with several other social constructs, no form of government is better placed to deliver social stability and prosperity for citizens than democracy. Against this background, I consider this conference's theme apt because it offers a platform for stakeholders to debate the critical issues affecting our collective quest for democracy, good governance, and sustainable development and security in Nigeria. Nigerians are hoping and praying for the 2023 general election to herald the deepening of democratic culture, the rule of law, and good governance in the country. Safeguarding and deepening our democracy lies with every citizen who must have the courage to stand up for justice, the rule of law, an independent and courageous judiciary, and our rights and freedoms to vote and be voted in a transparent election. We must get it right in 2023 to bequeath sustainable democracy and good governance to future generations.
Respecting the principles of democracy. It has been a while since academics, politicians, policymakers, and professionals from all over the world came together to discuss Nigeria the way we are doing at this conference. Let me especially commend the governor of Rivers State, Governor Wike, for putting his weight behind this intellectual excursion and for his hospitality. Governor, let me also commend you for your courage. And courage is one of the things that I believe is essential for the survival of democracy and for democracy to thrive. We sure need more opportunities to interrogate and understand our past and present to design and plan our future. As you all know, a nation that does not engage in conversation, self-analysis, even self-criticism, and regular reading and interaction cannot make meaningful and sustainable progress. Therefore, in this our brief conversation today, my goal is to redirect our minds to where we meet the boss. If we are patient, humble, reflective, and willing, another boss is just around the corner. Are we ready to be active passengers? Our democracy has gone through twists, dives, and turns since political independence, and we are all living witnesses to our achievements and failures. It is not enough to keep recycling activities and debates around liberal democracy, but we must, as a people, be prepared to move from democracy to democratization. That is a political and social process that is defined, driven, absorbed, and monitored by the people in their various communities and constituencies in the larger interests of the nation. It is such a process that gives us the confidence that we are building a credible and sustainable foundation for the future and for everyone. What we seek is for all persons and constituencies to be collectively involved in the same process of deploying democratic tenets to guide competition for and deployment of political power. We must put the best foot forward.
Governor Wike has made Rivers people proud, and to say to the governor, we are proud of you. As Nigeria struggles with yet another transition, with no clarity of tomorrow, may the Almighty God guide you. What I can say to you is that the elders and the peoples of Rivers State are in solidarity with you.
The question of democratic culture and the imperative of ensuring that our democracy is structured and managed to be developmental. And regarding political culture, although there are some important milestones we have registered since 1999, there is no doubt that we still have some way to go in building a robust culture of power and politics that is both democratic and sustained. And from challenges with the institutionalization of our political parties, including our internal party democracy, the conduct of issue-based politics, and the taming of political violence, to the growing influence of money in politics, the many abuses of social media in spreading fake news and hate speech, an unyielding winner-take-all mentality, and the exploitation of any and all loopholes to subvert the will of the electorate. There is much work to be done to ensure that our democracy is anchored and propelled by committed Democrats who ensure that their followers also engage with civility that is befitting of citizens. Clearly, another type of politics is possible and indeed is desperately needed in our country.
This book and the publication documents in very tangible terms, using concrete evidence and using projects that are so easy to verify in the field, what good governance really looks like in real life. The book is divided into different sections, and each section documents the history, the geography, the people, the culture, the environment, the early and current leadership governance structure, as well as the infrastructure of Rivers State in its best and finest form.
We are honored to be partners with the Rivers State government to do this event. And I wanted Professor Julius to share our experiences on how to consolidate and deepen democracy in Nigeria. Some of the challenges we face here are global. Everywhere democracy is under challenge, but we also know it's the best form of government, and I think we have done a good job with it. A quarter century going, this is probably the most stable form that we've had since our independence, and we want to get it going.
The tendency to contain civil society, to abridge democratic spaces. Are our political parties performing the functions of political parties? I don't want to answer that question. As a political scientist, I know the answer. But are they? Are they training new leaders? Are they raising issues? Are they even talking to one another? These are some of the issues we want to interrogate. It's an open forum for discussion. We are happy to see the turnout. And I believe as we go into 2023, what we say or do here may just be what is required to change the direction in which most of our politicians and political parties are moving.